Hello friends. So today every developer must have used the runtime permissions in their Android applications. So today we will see a new way of managing these runtime permissions more efficiently and easily in our Android application. To do this we need to add a new API available in Android X package. So let's get started. So first of all we'll have to add that new API, the new fragment API. So just search for Android X fragment KTX, and after doing that you can find the official documentation for that. So just open this and you can see that there are number of dependencies listed over here. For our use case we are using the Kotlin dependency because our project is set up in Kotlin. So just paste it over here and we need to add this version over here. So to do that just open this page, and the current set of APIs that we are talking about is in alpha stage, so we'll be adding the alpha dependency, not the stable one. So just copy this and paste it over here. So and also remove some of the unnecessary symbols and spaces from this and just click on sync now. So after your build is complete you can simply run your application. So in my case this is an empty project, completely empty project with a fragment and a empty activity, and this will be our fragment layout. So you can see over the emulator that this is an empty project and nothing is actually implemented. So we have added the dependency required, and now we will add the runtime permissions in our manifest file. So to do that we have to add some of the permissions. Let's say external storage permission. So one is the read external storage, other one is the write external storage. So after adding these both permissions we are now good to go. We can now simply request these permissions. So in the previous time, or you can say um, some time back, we are actually using these APIs. We are actually overriding these on request permission result method to get any callback of our permission status, like if the user have granted or declined the permission. So now you can see that this API is actually deprecated. So once you click over here you can see here the depreciation warning. So they have recommended to use this new API, that is register for activity result, for any of this purpose. So we'll see that how we can use this API and how it reduces our effort of managing the APIs for managing our runtime permissions. So first of all we'll define the permissions required. So let's take a variable over here which will store our permissions. Let's say storage permissions equal to, so this will be a array because we are having more than one permission. In our case we are having read external storage and write external storage permissions. So just type it manifest, and we'll be using the Android manifest, not the one in Java. So manifest dot permissions dot read external storage, and the other one will be the manifest dot permissions dot write external storage. So we have defined both of our permissions in this array. So now what we have to do is we have to define another variable that will be like you can say it's storage manager, storage permissions manager. And now we'll have to use a function provided by the new API. Actually I missed the val keyword here. Yeah, so now we'll use the new function present in the new API that we library that we have used right here. So that is uh, register, or yeah, register for activity result. And you can see that it accepts actually two parameters. One is activity result contract and the other one is the callback. So just implement that. And in our case we are using actually runtime permission, so it will be activity result contracts dot. So you can see that there are multiple new options present in this. So in our case we will be using request multiple permissions. So if you are dealing with single permission you can use this request permission only, and in our case we are using multiple permissions, so we'll be using this request multiple permissions class. So this is a class, so we'll have to create an instance of it over here like this. And now we can manage our callback using the curly braces. So as you can see that it is throwing us a result which is actually a map with the key as string and a value of boolean type. So you can simply press control space over here and it will show you the suggestion. So you can use this suggestion over here and you can clearly see that it is basically a map with a key of string and a value of boolean. So basically this key is actually the permission itself and this value is the status of permission, whether it's granted or not. So after doing that now you must be thinking like how we can actually ask the user for these permissions. So for doing that we'll use this variable we have created over here. So actually we need to remove this was just for showing you a demo. So now we'll use this variable and let's say that we want to ask a user for the runtime permissions whenever this fragment is created. So now let's override the onView created method, and now what we'll do is we'll use this storage manager dot, and you can see there are 3 or 4 functions. So we'll use the launch function and you can see that it accepts a variable of type array. This is actually the permissions, so the array of permissions which we have defined over here. So you can simply use this array and paste it over here. So that's it. So this is the new way of calling and requesting the runtime permissions. No need to call those request permissions method and check for the results in the activity result API and all that things. So these are the new set of API. So let's run our project and let's see if it asks for the permissions or not. So our application is launching. Yeah, so you can see over here like it is asking for the permissions to access photos and medias on our devices. So we can simply click on deny. So we haven't actually managed the status of this API. So to do that, what we can do is we can actually do one thing. So let's create a variable. Let's say yeah, so let's create a variable. Let's say is permissions granted. So this will be of type boolean and by default this will be false, and this is the variable will be using for managing the state of the permissions. So after that we can see that this is a mutable map, so this can contain 1 2 3 4 any number of any number of values. So for that we have to loop over it. So to do that, what we can do is firstly we'll have to do a null check over here because this is a nullable value, you can see over here. So to do that we'll use this if condition, if not if null or empty actually. So we have used not over here. So if this is not null and empty, then this if block will be called. So now we will loop over it. So if result in results, we'll have to actually sorry, this is actually result, let's say data in results. So we actually need only the value, not the key itself. So we can use over here the values. Yeah, so we only need to use the values. So this data will be of type boolean because we are using only values, not keys. So this will actually contain true or false for every permission. So here we'll make a check if if not data means if any of the permission in this loop is false, basically not accepted, then is permission granted will be false and we will break the loop. Or in the else section we'll make this is permission granted true. Okay, so after this when our loop will be closed, not exactly when our loop will be closed, after this if condition, what we will do is we'll make a check to for this is permission granted variable. So if this variable will be true, that means our all of the permissions are granted, but if this variable is false, that means any of the permission is not granted. So Basically, in this if condition, it will enter this if condition only if all of the permissions are granted. So we'll show a toast over here. So let's say toast dot make text and context, and here all permissions granted. So it will be toast dot length short dot show. If these permissions are not granted, then we'll show permissions not granted. Let's say permissions not granted. Yeah, so now we can again run our application to see if this logic and this callback works or not. So when our application will get started, so it will show the permission dialog again, and we'll click on deny, and you can see permission not granted over here. And we'll again launch the same. Let's launch it from here only. So at the second launch, we'll grant the permission, and you can see all permissions granted over here. So this is a new set of APIs which are added in the latest Android X packages. So this is currently in alpha stage, so I'll not recommend to use it in the production ready apps, because this can fail at any point of time. Maybe not. So I recommend to wait for the stable version. But if you want to experiment in your personal projects, or you want to just get a hands on to the latest set of APIs, so you can use this in your demo projects. So that's up to you where you want to use that. So in the next video we'll see that how we can use some of the more features that this result register for result API providers. So we'll see that how we can actually create a picker, image picker basically, or we can create a intent to open our camera to capture a photo or video. So let's see you in next video. So bye bye, take care.